313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
All right, y'all, welcome to another show of Real Talk with Tula Capone and Pastor Frank Jackson. We're waiting for Pastor Frank Jackson to arrive. We have a caller on the phone. Caller, I will be with you in 1 second after we get finished making our public service announcements. First of all, y'all know that I always say to you the sound of my voice, that means God has blessed you to see another day. Prayers go up, blessings come down. Let's say amen. Shouts out to Brother R.J. Watkins and Brother Henry Tyler for starting this brainchild radio station, WHPR 88.1 FM, 107.5 FM, WGPR HD3. Shout out to Miss Michelle and Miss Maxine as well, and everybody else affiliated with this family. And I'm going to greet you in the tongue of Swahili, Habar Ghani, and the response is Nzuri. Well, we're finna have a great show today. We're going to get straight to the caller. I'm going to let him share why he's calling in. And please, this is definitely going to shock you. Go ahead, good brother. How you doing, Pastor?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. You can go ahead and
This is Reverend Edward Pinckney calling from Benton Harbor, Michigan. And what I'm about to tell people is something that everybody needs to know about. This stuff is still happening in this world. A young man was murdered. It was a hate crime. And I'll start at the beginning. The young man was 24 years old. His name is Timothy Johnson. He was dating a white girl. On this particular night, May 20th, May 21st, it was at midnight, so it became May 21st. He went up there to see his girlfriend. Her father had already warned him that if he came back up there, he was going to kill him. He said, if you return back to Cass County, Michigan, then I'm going to kill you. And he started calling him the N-word. He started calling him, nigger this, nigger that. And, but, our young people, they don't take stuff like that serious. He probably figured that he could handle the person that actually was saying this. So what happened was, on May 20th, around 10 o'clock at night, his girlfriend called and asked him to come to Cass County. And he waited around until about maybe 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning to go up there. His car was not running, so he had to get a ride. So when he got up there, that was the last time his mother and father saw him. They found him on May 24th, around about 9 o'clock in the morning, in a ditch. He had been beaten to death. He had been beaten to death and submerged in water. We don't really know when he was actually killed. We're waiting for the autopsy. But we went to the mortician where the body is and spoke with the mortician, and she said that 85% of all his bones was broken. And he had been submerged in water, she believed, for 3 to 4 hours. And the thing was, the sheriff of Cass County, Sheriff Clinton Roach, claimed it was a hit and run. There's absolutely no evidence to support that. They went out and got a Mexican a person who couldn't even speak English. And they accused him of actually hitting him and leaving the scene of the crime. There's absolutely no evidence to support that. It was evidence whether the Mexican did hit a garbage can. He did hit a garbage can, but other than that, there is no evidence to support that he did anything of this nature. So now what's going on, they're trying to convince the family that it was a hit and run, and they both had knocked him 20 feet into a ditch.
Mm.
And we don't really know exactly what's happened, but it's something that we know that every single black person in this country better start being aware of these people. Since Donald Trump has came into office, these white people now believe that they got carte blanche to do whatever they want to black people. And that's reality. And young people don't believe that stuff like this could happen to them. Mm. But it happened to this 24-year-old man.
What?
And we are very, very upset. The fight is real. The fight is real.
So let me ask you this. What you was telling me earlier, can you tell us the history of the family so people understood what kind of background the woman stayed in and why the dad go ahead.
Well, let me talk about Timothy first. His family is a solid family in this community. He has matter of fact, his uncle is like, he do the Benton Harbor Hood News.
Oh,
and
okay.
And they are a very productive family.
Oh, wow.
Now, let me talk about his girlfriend family. Their last name is Vaughn, Vaughn. Her name is Haley Vaughn. Her father's name is Kim, Kim. She also has a brother. His name is Kim too. He's supposed to be some kind of one of them USC fighters or something.
Oh.
So we don't really know everything about them. Only thing we know is what Timothy had told the family. And now what we're trying to do, we're trying to get to the bottom of this thing. Haley family is also, somehow they're connected to the sheriff, Clinton Roach. He's a sheriff. He do volunteer fireman work, and also I think he's a volunteer police watchman or whatever it is. Well, whatever it is, he got connection to the police department. And that's one of the main reasons why they're trying to cover up this crime. So it's one of those situations where black people, we got to start being more aware of our surroundings. We got to deal with things. Don't stop trying to do things all by yourself. This is what I would tell the world. We know that he was beaten to death. And we know that they're connected. We know that we are going to have to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to have to do whatever we can to make sure this does not happen to anybody else. No family should do this.
What did the girlfriend say, Pastor?
The girlfriend said when they contacted her, the first thing that she said, I haven't seen him, but he's probably dead by now. I don't know what that actually means, that she knew that he was dead or whatever it is, but whatever she meant, it turned out to be reality. He was dead. And she used the term, her exact words, he is probably dead by now.
Wow. So what happened to his cell phone?
His cell phone was, the sheriff has his cell phone. So what they're doing now, they got a warrant to go inside the phone and get information. They have not relayed that information to the family as of yet, you see. So what we're going to do, we're going to hire a private investigator.
Correct.
Let him go and deal with the sheriff and that group. Because I believe, personally, that the sheriff may have had something to do with this also. So my concern is for every single person, especially our children, who I know that's who they're attacking, that we have to make sure that they be safe. Because they don't know. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. And then, for reasons unknown, black people look at white people differently than they do other black people. If a black person had told him that they would, if he come up there and see my daughter, I'm gonna kill him, he been packing in everything. But when a white person tell you that, it looked like he was afraid. But I don't know what this was all about. We're working on it right now to try to get to the bottom of it, trying to get more information. I went out and got the boy who they claimed, the undocumented Mexican who couldn't speak English. I went out and got him a lawyer. I didn't pay for the lawyer, but I went out and got his.
Tell him why you got him a lawyer though, because you explained that to me earlier. The
reason why I got him a lawyer, we don't believe that he actually hit and killed Timothy.
So we
don't believe that. So there's absolutely no evidence to support that he had hit this young man. It is evidence to show that he hit a garbage can. But there's nobody on the video. We saw a video, and the video showed him hitting a garbage can. Hold on, Pastor. So you literally seen the video? Yes.
And the video did not show him hitting Timothy, correct? If I was correct.
That's true. That's a fact.
So you only see him hit a garbage can.
That is correct.
In the same area that Timothy's body was found?
Yes.
Wow.
Probably maybe 100 yards from there, but it was in that vicinity.
Well, so let me go a little further. So who had the video?
The police had. See, it came from a residence. It was one of those cameras, door cameras.
So if they had a video of him in the garbage can, they don't have a video of who threw him in the ditch, allegedly.
There you go. That's what those are my exact words. You should have a video of him hitting Timothy. If you don't have a video of him hitting Timothy, he did not do it.
Wow.
So that's one of the main things that we're working on right now. We're trying to do everything possible just to get to the truth of this matter.
So I want to say this as well, because I know that through an investigation, they can also ping his phone and find out everywhere he went, even if the phone is off.
Right.
Would the investigator y'all hire be able to do that as well, to find out what all signals or areas that his phone was in at the time?
Absolutely. He will be able to. He will be able to get all that information. He will be able to know when the last time he used the phone, where the last time it pinged, what tower it pinged for, who pinged. If you have the Mexican phone also, they should, and see where did their phone ever ping together.
Well, I'm where you at. I don't. Okay. So I know also they have the technology that I was told, and I don't know true this is, somebody can verify this, that whatever phones were in the area of where his phones were, they can pick up who phones was in their area as well. They can pick up that signal to find out what phone was there in the area of where this crime took place. So would a private investigator be able to do that also, or is the sheriff looking at that?
I would say the sheriff had closed the case out as a hit and run.
Wow.
That's what I would think the sheriff. Once they took the Mexican into custody, they closed it out saying that they had a press conference. They didn't identify any evidence. They just said that the Mexican had an accident. And they had a video which is on. I think it's on 22 NDU 22 there's a video of him hitting the garbage can, but not hitting Timothy. And that's what the sheriff is basing everything on.
So and
also number two, remember this: by him being undocumented, they figured that he would know. He probably would have a public defender, and most likely the public defender is not going to detain him.
Well, no, but I mean, if the evidence show, if you can show he hit a garbage can, then you had definitely got a video. I would assume. Let me say this: there's a video of who, if he hit Timothy, as they said, knocked him in the ditch. Then and then was it raining back then? If they said it was submerged underwater?
No raining. It was dry. And remember this: Timothy was submerged into water. And I got that personally from the mortician. The mother and the father talked to the coroner office, and they told him that these are their words, that he was beaten and submerged in water. The coroner told me also that he was beaten and submerged in water, because I want to know. I want to go see the body. I want to go see what they talking about. I want to go see how bad he was beaten. But this is what the mortician told me. She said, I don't even know whether y'all can have an open casket with him.
Wow.
It's so bad.
Why did she say that?
According to them, like they said, 85% of his bones in his body was broken.
So it'd be, well, unfortunately, I guess it would be another Emmett Till.
Right. Another Emmett Till. 1955. You said it.
In 2000. So it happened May 21st of 2026. Right.
According to them, they found the body. They're claiming it happened May 21st.
Of this year, correct?
The body
of this
May
year.
24th.
Wait, hold on. Let me understand. They're saying that he was hit by the car May 21st, 2026?
Right.
Okay, so my question is, how far is that from his house? Let's go there first. How far is that from his house?
From Timothy's house?
Yeah, to go in the area of where the girls stay.
It's about 15 to 20 miles from his house.
So he walked there?
No, he's supposed to have got a ride. Remember, I told you his car.
All right, I know, but I'm making a point. I get what you're saying, Pastor. So how did he end up in the ditch 15 to 20 miles from her house in the area
from
that's...
her house. Wait a
no.
minute. From her house, no, I don't... I think he's 5 to 6 miles from her house.
So what are they saying? What I'm trying to put together is that if he got a ride, how did he end up in that area at that particular time, in that ditch? The same night he allegedly left voluntarily to go see her, and he ended up dead that night?
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm thinking, and this is me talking. I'm speculating that whoever picked him up dropped him off at her house, and he was confronted by them, and they beat him down. Probably dragged him into the house and continued to beat him. This is what I'm thinking. And then once he was dead, they put him in the bathtub filled with water. That's what I believe. Now, my evidence, only thing I know for a fact is that he was submerged in water and beaten. That's all I know. I don't know who did it, but I'm assuming, and once again, I'm assuming I don't, that the father, the brother, and some of their friends was waiting on him, and they beat him down at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And you say
that's what I'm thinking.
Have the police interviewed the girlfriend?
No, she fled to Indiana,
well,
and then they called her on phone, and that was the whole conversation. They
Who called her on the phone?
me,
Who called her on
Right.
the phone? No, I said who called her on the phone? Who called her?
Sheriff Roach.
You was there when the conversation was going on?
Was I there?
Yeah.
No, I was not.
Oh, so this is what he relayed that she
Right.
allegedly
This
said.
is what I talked to Sheriff Roach, and he told me he had a conversation with Haley Bond. And when he told me he had a conversation with her, I said, was it at the sheriff's department? He said, no, it was by phone. I said, you interviewed her by phone? I said, who do that?
Right.
Who do that? That was my question to him. He said, well, we don't think she had anything to do with it because it was a hit and run. I said, no, this wasn't a hit and run. And he got to know. I know the coroner, the medical department told him that this was not a hit and run. I know that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that for a fact.
So when did she leave to go out of town? Soon after he was found dead?
Right. She left that Sunday.
When did he leave? What day was that?
That was May 24th.
So she waited a couple of days, then left and go out of town. After they found him.
Remember this, they found him May 24th.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So she left May 24th.
Right, that's correct.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's a big mystery. But the problem is, we're going to get to the bottom of it. If we need to hire a detective, private eye, whatever we need to do, we're going to try to raise that money to make sure that the truth comes out.
Are y'all getting a second autopsy done?
Well, we're working on that too. We're going to see whether we need it or not. We're waiting for the autopsy report. They said it normally takes 6 weeks. And 6 weeks will be this Friday.
Hold on one second, Pastor. Friday?
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to tell people where to donate at? Go ahead, Pastor Frank.
Absolutely. You can go to
okay, hold on one second.
Banco, BANCO .org, and have a PayPal there, and you can donate to Banco PayPal. Is right there on the website. That's BANCO .org, and what we're going to do, we're going to use that money to get a second autopsy on Timothy Johnson. Timothy Johnson, we're going to make sure that he continues to live in our minds and in our hearts in this community.
Absolutely. He's definitely the modern day Emmett Till. Let's be clear about that. In Michigan.
And they know that because this was a hate crime, a real one, because the father said that he was going to kill him because he was the N-word. That's exactly. Even the daughter even said that.
Who should tell that to?
Stuff.
Who did she tell that to, Pastor? Who did the daughter tell that to?
She told that to the family.
Wow.
She told that to the family, and she also told that to him, that her dad didn't like you, but I was thinking that was the reason why he went up there late at night, so he wouldn't have to run into her family. I was thinking that, but I really don't know. I don't have all the information. Only thing we're working on right now is to wait for the autopsy so we can go to work and do what we need to do.
Well, listen, Pastor, whenever you get that autopsy results, feel free to let us know, because we do want to have you back on here. I pray for his family. I'm just, but you know what? Racism don't sleep, and I tell people that.
No.
We think it up north we safe. Ain't nothing going on. Well, that's not real. I heard of another incident. Somebody was telling me I'm talking to. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, her cousin got killed up north for dating a white woman. And I'm so let me be clear. I'm not saying anything is wrong with interracial dating. Let me be clear. But it is the racism behind the family that don't want it to happen. That's the problem. And she said her cousin was killed up north, shot, and they found him shot in the head, and they told her family he committed suicide.
Right.
She just told me this today, and I'm like, now what black man gonna go way up north just to kill himself?
Right. None of that stuff. See what they be saying. See, they think that black people. A lot of things. Let me say this about black people. A lot of times, when it don't concern you directly, you normally don't care because you always thinking this would never happen to me.
Correct.
See, that's the mentality that our younger black people have. This would never happen to me, and I don't have to worry about this. You know,
correct.
And you say, well, you got to worry about everything, especially you as a black man. You got to be aware of what you're doing in your surroundings, especially nowadays.
Correct. Well, anytime you want to call back in, Pastor, let's get a brother name and family again to the people, so we can send
Timothy Johnson.
And the brother was 24 years old.
And they are their last name is the Jackson family. It's a big family here, so we're going to be there. And if anybody who want to talk to me, you can call me at 269-369-8257. Let me repeat that. That's 269-369-8257. Reverend Payton.
Pastor, are they talking about that on the news? Are they talking about this on the news up there?
They talked about it for 2 weeks, and they haven't mentioned it since they said it was a hit and run.
It's not a hit and run. I mean,
so they have no. One thing about this, they want it to die right now as a hit and run, and we're not accepting that.
Well, I'm going back to what you said. If they got a video of the Mexican allegedly hitting a garbage can and not hitting the brother Timothy Johnson, well, the same video should show who put that brother in the ditch.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, 85% of his bones broke.
They should have a. You said the right word. If they got a video of the Mexican hitting the garbage can, they should also have a somebody who putting him in that ditch. They should have a video of that.
Correct. And so, and this is what I'm gonna say this while we had this time, and I got my co-host on the phone. So Frank, if anything you want to ask him, feel free to. Unfortunately, he didn't make it here in the studio. But this is why I tell people up north: stop acting like racism don't exist up here. Stop. Please stop, because had you been aware of that, you're not going to get, me personally, I'm not finna go hang, and I'll say this, and I'll stand on all 10 on this from growing up in the South. I'm not finna be hanging out way up north. That's just not finna happen. Mm-hmm. I would just conventional wisdom, especially if the family done told me they going to kill me. You think I'm going to come up there and see you? I'm going to be mad that you asked me to come up there at 10 o'clock at night.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to say, what, you trying to set me up?
Right. The girl kept calling. He kept telling his car was not working, and she kept calling and calling and calling.
Oh, wow.
You see, so I know that it was planned, premeditated. You see.
Have y'all actually?
But we black folks, we got to get better. Some of this stuff, we just got to get better as a team and be concerned. When it happened to him, it's also happening to you, and it could happen to you if you don't check yourself.
Correct. Modern day Emmett Till. Timothy Johnson. What's the brother name? Timothy Johnson, correct?
Timothy Johnson. That is correct.
He's a modern day Emmett Till. We're gonna connect that. He's a modern day Emmett Till, and I think his family, when they do have a funeral, they should have an open casket like they did with Emmett Till.
I've been advising them to do so, and the mother want to do so also.
Tell her to have a open casket like Emmett Till Mama did and say, look what they did to my baby.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's what she said right there during the press conference. You should see what they did to my baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So they'll show that. And let the public be to decide if a Mexican who can't speak English, they hit a garbage can, hit and killed him after seeing the video. Because Emmett Till became popular once they seen him in that casket.
Amen.
So let us see him in the casket. And
let's do it.
And I say that. And I say that with respect.
My goal is to give you an update within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, Pastor Frank, anything you want to say?
I think you said absolutely everything needed to be said. They need to have an open casket so people can see what they did to her baby. And then, action needs to take place. We got to stop talking about it and be about action and hold that community accountable to what happened to that kid.
Yeah.
To our kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Pastor Frank said it correctly. Our kid. Because when I hear him, I see me. I see me. I don't know how to separate myself from that.
The same thing. When I heard about this, I saw myself.
Correct. So when I was contacted by the brother and told about, I said, "Oh yeah, bring him on," because that's why we need to have black media so we can have these type of conversations, right? Because without this platform here in Detroit and Highland Park, Michigan, we would not know about this from Benton Harbor because they're not talking about it. Of course they not. But they'll talk about somebody killing each other in the hood, but they ain't talking about that.
And remember, these areas are Trump strongholds.
Oh wow!
Where I live, Benton Harbor is a Trump stronghold. And Cass County is a Trump stronghold. It's so much racism here, you just wouldn't believe it.
Well, I do believe it. I grew up in the South, so I do believe it. Trust me, I do believe it, and I understand that the South ain't nothing but, the North ain't nothing but up north. If somebody told me up south, up north. Okay, Pastor, hey, please tell them who you are again, how to get in touch with you.
Reverend Edward Pinckney from Benton Harbor, Michigan. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can call me at 269-369-8257. 269-369-8257. Thank you so much for having me. Hey, my pleasure. I'll give you an update within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, and tell them what to donate to if they want to donate.
You can also donate to Banco, BANCO.org. I got a PayPal right on there, BANCO.org, and you can go and pay, donate if you wish at my PayPal.
And one thing we got this. I'm gonna say this as well. Our people, and I'm saying it with respect. We stingy to causes sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of us rather buy some Nikes instead of helping contribute to our people. But sometimes we have to contribute to our people because your family or somebody may be the next victim of what you didn't want to contribute to, right? And we have to learn to do that, man. So
Absolutely.
I agree with you. All right, Pastor, thank you so much.
All right, you take care.
Yes,
Thanks so much for having me.
And please, if you get the opportunity, listen to our show on Monday and Thursday at 5 o'clock.
I will.
And I'm sure that some of the topics we talk about will resonate with our brothers and sisters in Benton Harbor.
Absolutely.
Because we connect with y'all. Even though we down here, we still send that love up there for you brothers and sisters.
Amen.
All right.
Got you, my brother.
All right, thank you.
All right now.
Okay, then. All right. All right, Pastor Frank, anything you wanted to say about the conversation?
No, that's it. I think you said it all.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. That was an interesting conversation, everybody. And I know a lot of people may be shocked. When I heard the story, I said, oh, okay, well, Michigan finally raising his head. Right? And that's why I tell people, they always talking about, well, why do you talk about racism? Racism didn't fall asleep. We did. That brother was 24 years old, and he said the girl kept telling him to come there after her father told her that he was going to kill him. Why would she tell him to come there? That's my question. Why? And if I was in that situation, the first thing I'm gonna say is, why do you want me to come there? Why don't you come here? Why do you want me to come there and you keep calling me to come there? And he end up dead, and she said, I ain't see him. Okay, then you go to Indiana the day his body is found. Come on, man. Let's figure it out. All right, y'all. We finna get to the videos. Pastor, did you want to stay on, or did you want me to call you after the show?
Oh no, I'm gonna stay on.
Okay. Yeah. What's the name? Mr. Titley said you can call in. Call in. Gonna put you on the show.
Okay.
You got the number?
Right now. Yep.
Okay. All right. We got to call him, Mr. Tyler. Hey, go ahead, caller. Caller?
What?
Go ahead.
Hey, Tula.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having Reverend Pinckney, and I thank
I
Reverend Pinckney for sharing that information.
No problem, good brother.
And you know, it is our duty to keep each other in the loop, because just as it was said that our voice has been pretty much cut short.
Oh, he know.
So what goes on in these?
Hey, Slide. Mr. Tyler said,
Yes,
turn down what you got in the background. He said, because I guess it's echoing.
Okay, I'm walking away.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, what goes on in these smaller towns? Of course, they try to shield that from us, and this goes back. As a matter of fact, you remember when Trayvon Martin got murdered, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Had it not been for Michael Baisden, we would not have known about that. Okay, so that's why we have to keep our heads on swivel. Okay, and we have to keep one another abreast on what's going on. So for your listeners, if you see something or you hear something, say something, and let's make sure that it gets to the forefront. Okay. Now, about that incident, as far as the cell phones are concerned, I don't think you can pinpoint who, everybody who had a cell phone in that area. You would have to have that person in custody, and that way you can get access to the phone. Okay, you have to get either by permission or by warrant. So that part is not necessarily true. Okay, but hopefully the private investigator who has some type of experience in accident investigations, because you can do crush measurements on the vehicle. The vehicle will tell the story. Okay, because to break 85% of someone's bones, with your vehicle, that vehicle had to really be moving. Okay, so you have that, and also, and I should have asked this question: the ravine or ditch that Timothy was found in, was that a drainage ditch? Was it a ravine? Was it filled with water? Okay, and he could explain whether or not it was filled with water, because if it wasn't, then that means that body was transferred and dumped in that ditch after the dastardly deeds were done to make it appear as a hit and run accident.
I think what I said to him was it raining in the area or something like that. So you correct. I should have said that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, depending if the ditch was big enough to consume his body, well, it had to be some torrential rains in order to fill that ditch. It had to be some very heavy rain. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, there's definitely some hanky-panky going on. But you are absolutely right. Don't be nonchalant just because you're up here in Michigan.
Man, what?
Okay, because as I've mentioned before, Michigan is one of the most segregated states. The national average for hate groups is 24%. Michigan has 29. We are 5 numbers above the national average when it comes to hate groups. And we also lead the nation in militia groups. So I always tell people, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Tula, one time, I had a white coworker that invited me to go hunting with him. And I declined, and that's probably the reason why I'm here on this phone talking to you right now.
You
still
better
alive.
believe it.
Because, and you laugh, but
I laugh with seriousness. I laugh with seriousness. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, okay, just a few years ago, I think it was in Pennsylvania. It was either in Pennsylvania or Illinois, one of the two. There was a Jamaican guy that was invited to a hunting trip. And he wasn't seen for a few days. The next thing you know, they found his body on the roadside, dead. Okay. And he was shot multiple times, including in the rectum.
Wow.
Okay. And as of now, I still have not heard of any arrest on that incident that happened. Now, this is something you can look up because, you know, I try not to run my mouth if I don't have a receipt.
Correct.
Okay. So maybe you can go to your University of Google and just type in Jamaican man murdered during hunting trip and see what you can gather. But that's my rant. I'll leave the lines open for somebody else.
All right, Brother Sly, we appreciate you calling. Thanks for introducing me to that brother, too. I greatly appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. That was my duty.
All right, thank you so much. All right. All right. Pastor Frank, you can call in now. All right. The first video, Ms. Tyler, what's the video?
Slave, on camera, terrified woman.
All right, y'all. Okay, yeah, just put it on. All right, yeah. All right, Pastor Frank, we finna go to the first video. You hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, yes, sir. All right, this finna be fire, y'all.
One photograph, one silent commuter, and dozens of masked white nationalists surrounding her inside a Washington Metro train. Captured during America's 250th Independence Day celebrations, the image is now being called one of the defining photographs of the country's current moment. A single Reuters photograph taken inside a Washington, D.C. Metro train has sparked a nationwide conversation about race, extremism, and the state of America. The image, captured by Reuters photographer Cheney Orr, shows a black woman seated quietly while surrounded by members of Patriot Front, a white nationalist group, as they traveled through the Capitol on July 4th. The woman in the photograph has not been publicly identified, and there is no indication she interacted with the group. The photograph was taken after hundreds of masked Patriot Front members marched through Washington during the United States' 250th Independence Day celebrations. Dressed in matching khaki pants, blue shirts, white face coverings, and sunglasses, the group chanted slogans including "Reclaim America" before boarding the Metro. Hundreds of masked marchers flooded the streets of Washington, D.C. just hours before Independence Day celebrations. The demonstrators belonged to Patriot Front, a white nationalist group known for its coordinated public marches across the United States. Videos shared online showed participants wearing matching blue shirts, khaki pants, white face coverings, and sunglasses. Many carried Patriot Front flags.
All right, Pastor Frank, you hear that?
I did.
So, and they really just started talking about this on mainstream media today. I seen it today on the Arena, but Bergen, I think that's his name, Bergen, which is in the Trump administration, Christine Dana Bass asked him about it yesterday, and asked him what he thought about the Patriot Front marching on Washington D.C. On July the 4th, right before the celebration. They said there was over 400 of them that did that. And they saying we should claim memory. And what he said, and I'm paraphrasing, they got a constitutional right to express their speech. Now, and so they was talking about on The View today. And I think it was Sonny Liston, if I recall correct, one of the hosts on The View said, this is what black people got to look forward to. Now, if you notice, they had their face covered in like a white, we're going to say a white Pooh Shiesty mask, right? White Pooh Shiesty.
Full cover mask.
Full cover mask. So you don't know who they are, right? You don't know. They could be working next to you. And what the guy said who was interviewed on the Arena, the guy who took the picture, he said the guys were introducing themselves as if they all didn't know each other and they were from different states, using using a name to introduce
the
themselves.
photograph was captured by Reuters photographer Cheney Orr.
Right. So and so when I see this, and when you tell me as a black person to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, but yet you did not come out and condemn. Now, again, let me say this. Only one person that I know of under the Trump administration has condemned that. Well, not even condemned it. He just said they got a constitutional right to express themselves. And see, now you're winking at racism. Because, again, if you're about that life and you believe what you believe, why are you covering your face? Let your face be known. Because you know that people is rejecting what you pushing. And you don't want to suffer the consequences, meaning financial or some type of family backlash. But that's a shame, though, because, Pastor, I'm thinking like, well, me personally, I probably wouldn't have been intimidated, because of things I didn't experience. But if you are in an area in your community and somebody catch the bus when 400 people that you know represent racism, how do you react to that? Go ahead, Pastor.
So, I would invite them, the Patriot Brothers, to come march in the city of Detroit. We would love to have them and host them here into the city. The last time something like this happened, I want to say it was 1997. They marched here in Detroit and Toledo. They didn't get a half a block before it went down. But anyway, I'll pay for the permits. We invite them to come down, all 400 of them, their masks and their khaki pants and blue shirts. We would love to hear what they would have to say. And I'm pretty sure we would give them great Detroit hospitality greeting and let them know how much, we want to hear their message. Again, in 1997, when the KKK tried this, the city of Detroit took their sheets from them and they went running down Woodward trying to get it where they had a permit to speak in Hart Plaza, and the speech never happened.
So, okay. So, I'm laughing sarcastically. Right. And what my thing is this, man. You got a right to free speech, but don't use your speech to antagonize or intimidate people based on their race, their gender, their ethnicity, anything like that. Their right to choose whoever they want to love. I don't have time for that. And when you get to say that you think you can do that and that the government should protect you, I totally disagree with that. Because they didn't do it to the Black Panthers. In fact, they destroyed them when they tried to do free speech. So, again, man, the Klan never died and the Klan has risen. Sly said it perfectly. He said the average of hate groups in a state is 24. Michigan has 29. He said also Michigan has the biggest militia on the state that had the most militias in the United States. And these are things that we had to take in consideration. But I wanted to talk about this story because I really felt bad. I mean, I can only imagine what was going through that sister's mind, but they were smart enough. Let me say this. They were smart enough not to put their hands on her. They were smart enough not to do that.
My question is, where was Washington, D.C.? Washington, D.C. is a majority black city. How come we didn't greet these brothers with a good Washington, D.C. polite homecoming greeting and let them know how much we wanted to hear their speech? we want these representatives to speak up for us. How come the leaders in the community didn't speak up for us? How come the community didn't speak up? How do 400 white nationalists with covers on their head walk through the city and nobody sent out a Facebook post? Nobody said, "Hey, let's go down to this speech and let's hear what they got to say."
I don't know. I know, like you said, it would definitely be different if they come to the city. I'll put money on that. Now that I bet on. You know what I'm saying? It'll be definitely different if they came to the city. All right, Miss Tyler, we'll go to the next video.
Which one?
The slave one. This is a slave talking, Pastor Jackson. I really think it was fitting for the moment, man. What happened with that brother? All right. Yes, sir.
Tell me what your name is.
My name is Fountain Hughes. I was born in Charlottesville, Virginia. My grandfather belonged to Thomas Jefferson. My grandfather was 115 years old when he died. And now I am 101 years old. That's enough. She used to work, but what she made, I don't know. I never asked her.
You just go ahead and talk away there. You don't mind, do you, Uncle Fountain?
Now, and now your husband and you both are young. You all try to live like young people ought to live. Don't want everything somebody else has got. Whatever you get, it is yours. Be satisfied. And don't spend your money until you get it. So many people get in debt. Well, it was cheap and I bought it. You spend your money before you get it because you're going in debt for what you want. When you want something, wait until you get the money and pay for it cash. That's what I've done. If I wanted anything, I waited until I got the money and I paid for it cash. I never bought nothing on time in my life. Now, plenty of people, if they want a suit of clothes, they go to work and they buy them on time. Well, they said it was cheap. If you got the money, you can buy them cheaper. They want something for waiting on you for till you get ready to pay them. And if you got the money, you can go where you choose and buy it when you want it. You see, don't buy it because somebody else go down and run a debt and run a bill, or I'm going to run it too. Don't do that. I never done it. Now I'm 100 years old and I don't owe nobody 5 cents, but I ain't got no money. I'm happy, just as happy as somebody that got millions. Nothing worries me. My head ain't even white. Nothing in the world worries me. I can sit here in this house till night. Nobody can come and say, "Mr. Hughes, you owe me a quarter, you owe me $1, you owe me 5 cents. No, you can't. I don't owe you nothing. Why? I never made no bills in my life. And I'm living too. And
Brother shouts out his video. If you really want to hear the video of slaves, go to YouTube and look up Hughes and really listen to what our ancestors went through. Pastor, it's if you listen to that brother talk now, he can apply that now. 3 minutes left. Yeah. So I play that sometimes. I play the voices of recorded slaves, so it can keep me intact with what I'm here to do, as far as fight for the culture. We all got different ways of doing it, but we all fighting for one objective, and it is to bring justice. Anything you want to say, Pastor?
No, I think you're absolutely correct. One of the things he says, timeless. He said, don't. He paid cash for everything, and that's the reason why we were able to sit and build the wealth that we built when we had to, is because we didn't borrow money or go into debt. And I think that's something that's worth notating that we need to do even today. So I think the brother, I think you're right. Listening to these recordings of people who were actually slaves, they were actually owned by people, sends a powerful message to our psyche and our heart to keep us, to make sure we stay on the forefront of what's going on so we don't return there. And people don't think that we could return there. I'm here to tell you that is their game plan. If you read Project 2025, that is their game plan to end black employment, is to have us working for them again for free.
Correct. I mean, even
if they could figure out the economics behind it, they would do it immediately.
And you know, because I look at the majority of us, Pastor, we work low propensity jobs, and you almost fighting to get a raise, a quarter raise at those particular jobs. I was looking at the jobs that's even the road jobs. A majority of them are Mexicans and white men. You know, what are black men? And I say that with respect because we got to take care of our families too. And it's not like we don't want to work. So, all right, Pastor, Mr. Tyler, give me the wrap it up sign. You ain't here to see that today.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. Thanks for calling. Anything you want to say before I go, Pastor?
No, we just got to stay awoke. We didn't get a chance to get into what we wanted to talk about earlier. I think we can hit that first time next week.
Yes, sir.
Tula and I have a strong conversation for everybody. Besides everybody, make sure you tune in next week when Tula and I are going to talk about people who how we're supported and who we're supported by.
Correct.
And I think that's all I'm gonna say about that right now. Please check out our Facebook page, Pastor Tula Cabone, Real Talk with Tula Cabone and Pastor Jackson. You just put that in Facebook, that'll come up. Real Talk with Tula Cabone and Pastor Jackson. You'll get some highlights from on the show there, as well as be able to be sponsors of the show. So please do that. Go to our Facebook page and look us up.
All right, and also you can go to TV33 on demand on YouTube to watch reruns of our show as well if you want to. Y'all know what I always say, listen to what people say, watch what they do is who they are. Your health is your wealth, your health is your wealth. Adopt a senior citizen. Love you, Auntie Billy. Love you, Uncle Bill. Love you, Auntie Rose. Catch me Thursday at 5 o'clock with Politics or Politics You Decide with Tula Cabone and Brother Justin Barnett. And power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. Stay woke, and thank you. Thank you, Pastor Jackson.
If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku,